Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, anybody watching this on YouTube or the dark web somewhere, perhaps this has been on your mind. Perhaps you woke up this morning wondering about this. Perhaps you were thinking about this all day and were distracted at work, unable to concentrate on your tasks at hand because this question was burning at you and just weighing so heavily on you. Maybe you even woke up in the middle of the night in a mild panic, unable to get back to sleep because you just had to know the answer. And I will tell you, maybe you had this question: what lessons did Jim Larsen learn in his engaging humor's pathways in Toastmasters? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am here to put your mind at ease and answer that exact question in this speech. What did I learn on my engaging humor pathways? Before I do that, though, it just seems prudent to talk a little bit about why I even joined Toastmasters and what I expected to get out of it. To be honest, before joining Toastmasters, I didn't even know what Toastmasters was. I had heard of them, sure, but I just thought it was a club of people who like to get together, drink some wine, act rambunctious, and say cheers. Sounded fun, sure. But was there really a gap in my life that this was going to fill? No, no. But then I was invited to check out a meeting of Toast of Severna Park via Zoom. So I said, yeah, okay. I'm always up to trying new things. Yeah, sounds fun. I'll give it a shot, no problem. I just hope I'm not expected to wear one of those round hats with a tassel on top and drive one of those tiny little cars in a parade somewhere because I really never liked those hats. They just look silly to me, and I don't want that image of somebody who wears a hat like that. And so, because I just don't like those hats, and I think they look silly, like I say, and with the problems I have with my feet being stuck in one of those tiny little cars driving in a parade would just really be torturous for me. It'd be pure misery. And I'm thinking, right? Aren't those the Toastmasters? Then I thought maybe I should do some Googling, do a little research on that, find out for sure. So after a quick Google search, I realized no, that's not Toastmasters. Those are the Shriners. Toastmasters can wear any hats they want or none at all. I'm wearing a Volcanoes National Park hat because I can wear any hat I want in Toastmasters, can I? Or none at all, like I says, and I can drive a regular sized car in a parade if I choose to do so. So can all Toastmasters. So as a guest, I was of course given a table topics to do, and I really liked doing it. That was when that was when I knew this club was for me. Here was a gathering of supportive, creative, enthusiastic leaders and speakers welcoming me as one of their own. When I was invited to actually join the club, I did not have to think about it. I gave it one thought, and that thought was, yes, of course I'm going to join this club. I like this club. I like these people. I enjoy them very much. This is something I want to do every first and third Tuesday of the month moving forward with my life. So once I became a member, I went through the pathways, I looked them over, deciding which one I wanted to do, and I chose engaging humor because I thought it would be easy for me. I just thought it just sounded like an easy one for me to do. And I was right. It was easy. I have always had a natural sense of humor. My mom used to tell me that when I was just a toddler, unable yet to even talk, I was already cracking jokes. She would see me sitting there just babbling away in my baby talk, And then I would just start laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing. Then I would slap my knee because whatever I was babbling about was apparently the funniest thing in the world to me. I wish I remember those jokes. I would tell them to you now, but they're long gone from my head. So, humor, it has always come easy to me. When Trauma Entertainment picked up the movie I wrote and directed, this one here, Butt Crack, starring Mojo Nixon as Preacher Man Bob, one of the phrases they wrote in the description on the back of the box here, I'm not going to read the whole thing, it's way too much. They write, Jim Larson's daring ability to find the absurd in the commonplace. I realized after reading that, this was back in 1998, I realized, yeah, that pretty much sums me up, doesn't it? When you see a truth about a thing or a situation that others aren't seeing and you point that out, very often the absurdity of that truth will cause people to laugh because they just realize how funny and ridiculous it is. It really is that simple. So much humor comes from the unexpected. This is something I have discovered. This is especially true in storytelling. Maybe you are engrossed in a story. Maybe it's a book. Maybe you're just having talk story with somebody or listening to a joke. You either have no idea where it's going or you think you know where it's going, but it then goes up going somewhere completely different, something somewhere you never expected. The story, in a sense, does a zig when you were expecting it to zag. You could bet your life it was going to end up here, but then it ends up way over there somewhere, and your mind is blown. It is these unexpected resolutions that makes you laugh. All this leads me to what did I learn on this pathways? Since I already knew so much to begin with, well, I had to do some serious reflection and thinking about that. What exactly did this teach me? I already had quite a lot of public speaking experiences before Toastmasters. I've been on stage doing stand up comedy, open mics in the Washington, D.C. area. I've been a teacher, so I've been speaking in front of classes and students, and I participated in numerous poetry and prose readings. So, what have I gotten from Toastmasters? I really didn't know offhand, but then it occurred to me I got structure. There's structure to these speeches. There's structures to pathways, and it's very beneficial. I really got a lot out of following these structures. And feedback. Feedback has been really one of the most important things. Hearing what people have to say about my speeches, what they see in the speech, or what they see me doing with my body language and all that, and how I deliver my speech, my vocal variety, all this stuff. It was very beneficial to hear this feedback and incorporate it in future speeches. So, for those of you torturing yourself over what I learned on this engaging humor pathways, I hope that answers your question and helps you sleep better tonight. I would like to leave you with this one bit of advice. When it comes to humor, be fearless. Be fearless about what you want to say. Don't listen to yourself if you hear yourself saying, oh no, I shouldn't say that. People might not like it. If you think that, it is probably the best part of your speech. And you would benefit by practicing your speech before you give it. Practice in front of a camera, record yourself so you can watch it. Now you can see where you're going on too long about something, where something maybe isn't going exactly the way you wanted it to go. Maybe your words are just too clunky. I found that, I figured that out for my own, listening to my own earlier speeches and some of the stuff I've done before Toastmasters. I tend to say words like just too much, and I just rambled on too much. And hearing feedback and practicing and seeing what I did really, really helped me get over that. So you don't always know exactly how you're going to sound until you hear yourself and hear what other people say. So say what you want to say, stick to the point, and give speeches every chance you get and listen to the feedback. Pay attention to other people's speeches too. Watch other people's speeches. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty on YouTube. I found some on YouTube. Listen to what they're saying and hear live at the meetings. Listen, pick up on what they're doing. If there's something you don't like about what they do, then don't do that. If there's something you do like, then emulate that. Put it into your own speeches. This is how to get the most from Toastmasters and what I have learned from being a part of it. And I thank you for listening. Back to you, Diane.